my peeps, this is Sparklys 26 and I am Gina. I'm working on a Gemstone Orphanage challenge, and the challenge is to make something of the fall, like pumpkins, leaves, colors, all kinds of things. So I put kind of everything in one bracelet. I have the color of the leaves, and I have leaves, and I have pumpkins. I'm just not sure that this is going to be long enough, but we'll see when we get going. And then I have a little bit more classier one over here. These are pumpkins. Those are pumpkins, little baby pumpkins. And then these are one side kind of like a coppery bronze, and the other side's white. And then I have brown leaves. And then everything's a color over here. And then we have some ghost. We have a ghost to make. Here's one. I put a little sparkly thing in there for it. And then this is from Bargain Bee Box, but isn't he cute? I had one sitting here, and I thought, well, I'm going to get a mate and I'm going to make some earrings. Yeah, hello, I'm going to make some earrings. Okay. All right. I want to get started on this here so we know if it's going to be long enough. I got some beads standing by, but first of all, I have to finish putting on these jump rings. So these are 4mm, and I always use my bent nose and my flat nose, even for 4 milliliter. Move that out. We're going to slip this on by moving that out. There we go. Just slip it on and slide this back in place. And then we have one more. We have this one. Turn it up where the opening is at the top. There it is. And I'm going to pull it out just a little bit, give it some room, and open it. And then slip this on. And close it up. And when you feel the metal slide together, you know it's closed. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat. What's on there? Oh, it's silvery. Thought there was something on it. Okay, now I'm going to string this, and I have 49 strand because it's the softest drape. You don't have to use 49 strand. 49 strand is more expensive, but it's got 49 threads of stainless steel all wrapped up in this little coating in here, and 0.019 inches. And that is your medium thread, 0.019, 0.018, just anywhere in that vicinity. That is your average beading wire. Your 0.012 is for like your pearls and your fancy gemstones. And 0.024 is for your heavier beads. So, and they are different. What I'm saying, 0.012 is a smaller, thinner beading wire than this, and the 0.024 is a little thicker. So we're going to get this threaded, and then I'm going to see how long it is. I just want to make sure. Slip it on the outside here. There we go. And we got our pumpkin, and then a little crystal. Of course, we got to have a little crystal in there. And then we have our orange color for our orange leaves. And these, I got different leaves for all the way around. These are kind of orange. and pretty. I got a little bit of a violet shimmer. Here's an orange pumpkin. And then another crystal. And then we have a red bead for our red leaves. And another orange. We got like little, yeah, there. And these are kind of ombre leaves. And it's carved. It's carved only on one side. This side's smooth. And then we have our kind of yellowish orange pumpkin. And yellow for our yellow leaves. And those are the colors I chose. Yellow, orange, and red for this bracelet. And I'm not sure I got enough beads here. I'm thinking no, but we will see. And I'm looking to see if the sequence is out. Not sure. Whoops, almost lost the beading wire there. And then we have another leaf. Red. I like these red. It's a pretty red. It's nice red for the red leaves. Yeah, this isn't going to be long enough. I'm looking at it and I don't think so. Okay, that is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not even 6. It's 5.5 inches. So we need more beads. More beads. What shall we do? I have these crystals. I could put a crystal on each side of the pumpkin. I did that at first, and then I'm like, I don't know. Is that too much? Well, no, it's not enough. So I'm going to put crystals on each side of the pumpkin. Now I have to pull it off, do it over. So I'm going to redo this, and I'll be back. Okay, I am done. I restrung them by putting a crystal on each side of the pumpkins. So every pumpkin's got a crystal on each side. Still wasn't enough, so I put an orange bead here on the end, and then I want to put a red bead on this end, and then that should do it, because it's 6.5 inches right now, and this will just make it a little bit longer. And then the clasp, we figured another inch. So we're going to start with putting on our crimp bead. Here's our crimp bead and our wire guard. Up and over, down, back through the wire guard, grab a hold of it, pull down. I pull down on the bracelet so there's not so much here to cut off, because what you cut off is your waist, and I don't like to waste too much of the 49 strand. Straighten that out, and we're gonna pinch that in just a little bit. Just bring it in. There we go. And we'll tuck that back in and pull the wire back down because you don't want it hanging over. And that looks good. And we're gonna get our crimps, and then we're gonna go in the back groove. Get it centered and squeeze. And then we're going to turn. See, it makes a divot in that back groove. And then in the front groove, we're going to fold it over. Just like, whoops, just like that. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. And then we're going to cut it. Cut this excess off with our flush cutters. And get it right up nice and close and snip. Oh, it didn't snip, but it's off. And there we go. Now we're going to shove everything this way. And I have to remember, put this bead on. Because we got a bead on the extra bead down here. I need an extra bead down here. So I chose to have red. So we got to remember to put it on. Because sometimes I get busy doing what I'm doing and forget that I want to add a bead. There we go. Of course, continuously talking about it helps. So we have our wire guard. We go in, up, over and around, down the other side, and get a hold of it. Push down, pull the wire guard up, so we can push this through the crimp bead. Now, we want to hang on to the wire guard. We want to leave the crimp bead away from the wire guard so that we can grab this and pull the bracelet up to the wire guard. Pull it up, and then we're going to squeeze this in just a little bit. Squeeze it in just a little, and we're going to pull down, whoops, pull down. See how it's sitting crooked? If you don't want it to sit like that, go down an extra bead. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. And it'll straighten it out. Now it's probably going through more than one bead. I gotta find it. Yeah, it's going down through. There it is. Let's push it. And, well, let's grab a hold of it. Get a hold of it and we will pull on it. And there. Well, still didn't straighten it out, really. Did it? Didn't really, did it? There we go. Now it's straight on. Okay, doke. We're going to pull this down again. Pull it nice and snug. Not too snug. You want some fluidity. What? Fluidity. Oh, I got it. Hang on. Yeah, sip of my drink. I have to wet my whistle so I can talk. Fluidity is keep it so it moves nice and flowy and it moves. You pull down too tight and crank on it. It'll get so tight you can't even bend it to put your clasp on. So, I'm gonna make some fluidity here and we're going to crimp our bead, our crimp bead, and we're gonna go into the back groove and get it centered, pull down and squeeze, and go to the front groove and fold over. There we go. Beauteous. And then we're going to get really, really tight and close to this bead and clip it off as tight as possible. So I'm going to get in there. These and snip. Snip. There we go. There we go. So you don't want it poking. Don't want it poking. And there we have this. I have this one. I made this one 3-4 years ago. And it's got the reds, orange pearls, yellow, and the metal is tarnished, but don't really matter because there's so much color going on in it. It's so pretty. I love it. I made this because it's my fall bracelet, and fall is my favorite season. I have a couple of acorns and a pine cone, and these are the cones at the end to cover everything up. I didn't have silver at the time, and I lost weight, so now it's going to be it kind of hangs on me now instead of just kind of wrap around my wrist. So anyway, it's so pretty. I love it. I love it. It's my favorite bracelet. Okie dokie. Now we're going to put in these clasps, and we have jump rings. One. I just want one. Give me one. Okay. Now we're going to get out our bent nose, put the opening at the top, like that, just like that. And I always use my flat nose. I just feel like I have more control over how wide or how it opens. And then, oh, I gotta adjust my leg. Okay, sorry. And then we're going to put on this clasp like that with this tab. And then we're going to put on our wire guard. And then we're going to close it up. And close it up. You hear the metal rubbing? It is closed. Now, we're going to do this side. And it's going to be the same thing, except it's going to be a different part of the clasp. So we're going to open up a little bit wider. And we're going to get this hole through here. And we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to slip on our wire guard. And then we're going to close it back up. Close. There we go. Nice. Now, this is a fold over clasp. So you just slip it in through the hole, bring it around, snap it. And there you go. So you know it will never come off. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty. So anyway, this is my Gemstone Orphanage Challenge necklace for challenge week number 2. For my pumpkins, the color of fall, the leaves, it's kind of a little bit of everything. I love it. And then I have one over here. It's a little bit more classier. I know I already said that in the beginning, but here we go. Just in case somebody missed it, we're going to get this one made. Oh, first of all, I forgot. We have one more bead. We have a brown leaf and some wire. And we're going to slip it in through here because it's a briolet style. It's through the top, from left to right, right to left, whatever. And then we're going to bend this. Just squeeze at the top of the leaf as hard as you can because you want it bent. See, don't matter how hard it is, you're still going to have some left right there. And now you want that crisscross right straight above from here. Keep it even. And then we're going to bend that right here. Whoop. And I moved it. Oh, why? How the hell? Oh, sorry. How did I do that? All right. Oh, my goodness. Now I want it back over this way. Come back over this way. Now it's not. Oi, oi, oi. It's not even. But I want to bring this one up. Bring that one up. And I want to wrap it, but it's all crooked now. What the heck? Bring that back out. Bring them back together. This one's got to come back. There. The bend is right there where it needs to be. It's right above the bead. And we're going to straighten this one out. Just like that. Just like that. Now, I'm going to get my bent nose. And I want to hang on to it on the bead side. Just like that. And then we're going to take our pliers and wrap. Whoop, wrong way. Jeez, I'm really not doing very well. Let's see. Oh, it's only 7:39 in the morning. Well, I got up at 6. Still, shouldn't be an excuse. Should be able to do this. In fact, I did the other beads just fine. And then I want to get that wrapped around there. But I want this snug together. So I'm going to get in here, bring these close together, just like that. I didn't have to do that. Oh well. And we're going to snip this off and back with our flush cutters. And we'll snip it off right here. Get rid of that and tuck in our little bit. Tuck it in. There we go. And then we're going to come in front and make this thing just loves to come unraveled on me. Okay, round nose. We're going to make a wrapped loop. And I got to take another sip. I'm so sorry, my mouth gets so dry I can't even talk. So, I'm going to put it right above these loops, bend the wire over the pliers, and then I'm going to rotate these pliers so it's right in that groove, and we're going to bend this wire up and over and try and keep it even with the bead. Now we're going to rotate the pliers and bring that wire around. Just like that. So we got a nice loop all the way around the pliers. Now we're going to wrap in this space. So we're going to take this and bring it over and down. Not that far down. I want one more. I want to get one more in there. There we go. I want to fill in the space. There, just like that. And then we're going to snip it off right here. Oops, it snipped, but it didn't. There we go. And we're going to tuck it in. Tuck it in right there. Turn it in front. There we go. Beauteous. We're a little bit loose on the top. Squeeze down. There we go. Beautiful. Took some work, but hey, I got there. Okay, that's going to go in the middle here. So we're going to start stringing with our little pumpkin. Isn't that pretty? It's a pretty pumpkin. This is a pretty pumpkin. And then we're going to get into it right here. I didn't have a whole lot of leaves, think I want to go in the middle here. I want this to be the same. So this has got one on this side. I want one of these on this side of the pumpkin. And I lost my light. Come back on. I don't know why that thing fades out, but it does. And then we're going to do this, then a leaf, then this, and then we're going to do this one. I tried to come up with things to make it bigger. So I don't want to restring, but if I have to, I have to. It's hard to tell how long or how long it's going to be, because once you get the beads, like this one's sitting flat, but on here it's going to be sitting this way, so it's going to make it shorter. So you have to consider that, and you know, I can't really measure that. I suppose if I kept it straight, maybe if I kept it straight, I don't know, but I made circles because I wanted to see what it looked like as a bracelet. And we're just gonna keep cruising along here. That down, this one, and then this one, and a crystal. This is like a bronzy gold. Not really sure what color it is, but it's brown, and it goes with what we have going on here. That. Whoops, didn't even have it on. There we go. And then this one. I have an extra leaf. That goes there. That goes there. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. And an extra leaf. Okay, let's check it out. Ooh, that's a long one. This is a long one. Okay, let's see how long it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, it's a little too long. So I should take these ones off on the ends. So if I did that. Okay, swish it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 right there. And then we've got the clasp. Do we want to take off these pumpkins? If we take off the pumpkins, I don't know, that might be too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just over 6 inches, yeah. And then we put the clasp on, it'll be like just over 7 inches, so it'll be like 7 1/4. So we have to take off these pumpkins. So we're going to remember to take off the pumpkins on this end. And so on this end, we're going to put on our crimp bead. our wire guard. Looking for my other wire guard. There should be another wire guard sitting here. I had 4. Okay, put that on. Ah, there it is. It was hiding on me. I knew I had one. Okay, up and over, down through this side, and then down through the crimp bead. Bring it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to pull down on the bracelet side. And that looks pretty good. That looks really good. We're going to crimp that. And we're going to go in our back groove. Because our back groove is what has that divot. And then we're going to put it in here. And squeeze. And that's the divot. And then we're going to go in the front groove and fold it over. Just like that. And then we're going to clip off this excess. And whoop, slip it inside in between there and snip. There we go. Get rid of that. And then we're going to slide this down, and I'm going to keep those beads separate and give myself about 4 finger lengths to work with getting another crimp bead and wire guard. Go in one side, up and over, down the other side, and then back down through the crimp bead. And now we're going to keep that crimp bead away from the wire guard, and we're going to pull down, bring our bracelet up to the wire guard. There we go. And we're going to go in the back groove. Fluidity. Oh, see how tight that is right there? We got to give it a little bit. Give it a little bit more room. A little bit more room. There. Better. Now, we're going to crimp it. Back groove. It looks crooked. That's not how I want it to look. Because I gave it some more room, it pulled out of there. Okay, I'm going to finagle with it a little bit. Pull down on the bracelet. There we go. Okay, good. And we're good to go. And it's still like that. So we're just going to crimp it. Crimp and go with it. And fold over. And we're going to snip off the excess. Oh! Get a hold of it right there. Snip that off. Now we're going to put on our jump rings, our bent nose, our flat nose, open, and then we're going to put on this tab on this side, and then I suppose you can hang on to it like this and go over to this side, slip that on, and then close it up. There we go. Other side, same thing all over again. Does this not have an opening? Oh, this is a solid ring. Ah, huh. All right. Well, we have to get out a new one. There we go. that don't look like the same color. That has an opening. Okay, put these back. And here we go. We'll finish up our bracelets. And we're gonna open this up. Slip this on. Then we're going to slip on our clasp. And then we're gonna get a hold of it and close it. Just like that. And then we're gonna slip our clasp through this tab, fold it over, snap. There you go. There you go. Nice. Beautiful. That's a nice one. It's pretty. Okay, we have 2 bracelets. Now, I gotta get these off here. What a mess. Okay, we have this, what did we get? Now I have to remember. I got something from Gemstone Orphanage. I think it was the Doorstep Baby. And they sent a free gift. And it was these ghosts. So we have a lucite flower. And then I put the crystal in. It didn't have a crystal, but I put one in because I wanted it to be sparkly. Sparkly. And then we have that. Okay. And then over here, we have a little tiny bead we had to put on because if we didn't put it on, it went right through this lucite flower hole. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to put on our crystal and then our head. And I already glued the eyes on. I already glued them on. And then we're going to round nose over here. We're going to make a wrapped loop. So we're going to put our pliers right over the head, right above the head. We're going to bend that right over the pliers. And depends on how big of a loop you want to make. And I'm just going to keep it right down here. Bring that wire up and over the pliers. Wrap it around the pliers, just like that. And then we're going to wrap. And I can get probably all these tools out of the way. And we're going to start on the outside here and bring it over. And just keep wrapping. I think 3 times is good enough. There we go. Yeah, see, it's still a little wobbly, but I don't really have much more room to go. So we're going to snip it off as close as possible. Twink! Just like that. And then we're going to get our little bit tucked in, and you have to hang on to it right here. And tuck it in. And get over on this side. There we go. There we go. There's our little ghost. So cute. All right. And now we have ear wires to put on. And these ear wires have openings right here. And we're going to flip it up just like this. And we're going to slip on our ghost and close it back up. And we're going to get it nice and snug. Right, like, just like that. Ain't it cute? Nice. Okay. Now we have this one. Open it up. And slip it on. And close it up nice and snug. Just like that. There we go. There is our ghost. turn this little thingy around like that. You know, you turn it however you want. It's going to rotate on you, but they are so cute. Okay, let's get our last one made. So this one, I have a crystal, and then some like sea glass. It's kind of frosted on the outside, and table cut, which is flat on the underside and the top side. And we have a hole going through top to bottom. And I decided to put on another crystal, and I think that completes it. Isn't that cute? It's so cute and so pretty too at the same time. Love it. Okay, we're going to put our pliers right at the tippy top of our pliers and right at the top of the beads. We're going to bend our wire, and then we're going to decide how big we want our loop. And not very big. I'm going to keep it down at the bottom. Bring that wire up and over the pliers. Bring it around. Just like that. And then we're going to wrap. And you want this bent up here. You want to keep it high. And what I mean by keep it high, I mean keep it right up here against this loop first. And pull, and then wrap. Oh! Really? I've never had that happen. The thing came off. Huh. Well, I got my own. I can do a different. I don't know. Do I want to use these? Maybe I better use my own. All right, well, let's cut this off. And, well, we can probably use that. That'll work. Let's get it so it looks pretty, because it's overlapping a little bit. Maybe we'll just snip it off. I'm going to snip it off so it meets the other side. And if we can get in there nice and snug and get in right right here. There, just like that. Now, bring that in. We're going to close that loop. Beautiful. Okay, we'll just do simple loops. That'll work. And then we're going to do this one. Well, what happened to our bead? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, my little bead. I had a little bead on here, or close by anyway. All right, let me get another one. Okay, I have what I do with it. Oh my goodness, hang on. What did I do? I just brought it out, set it down. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. I have it. I have a crimp bead because I don't have any beads that are that small, but I have 15 O's, but seed beads, but that's too small. So we want it to be, oh, no, this one we didn't. I don't know what I'm thinking. I needed this for this. I don't need one for this. There we go. Oy, oy, oy. It's early in the morning, I guess. I don't know. Doink. And we've got the same thing on this side. And then we're going to make a wrapped loop, or a simple loop, because that's what we have on the other side. So what we're going to do is just bend it over right here. And then we're going to, I'm going to use my finger as a measuring device. And I'm going to snip it off right about here. That's about the length I want to make my loop. Then we're going to roll. And I'm going to keep it up around here a little bit. Make a little bit bigger loop. And then check on the back side so you can't feel it. And then we're going to roll. Just like that. Beautiful. And then I have these. I got these from Potomac Beads. And they supplied the backing as well. So what we're going to do is hook this right onto here. And then close that up. We're just going to close this opening. Just squeeze it a little bit. Don't squeeze it too hard. You don't want to like squish it. And there we go. And then we have our, isn't that cute? It's so cute. Love it. All right, this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to slip right on here. Ooh, get it in there. Snap it in. And then close it up a little bit. Just nice and snug. And then here's our second one. Ay, ay, ay. They're so cute. All right. I'm going to put the backs on because they were... There we go. Now it won't fall off the ear. And we'll do this one. And I am done. We are done, people. Oh, uh-oh. I didn't close this up tight enough. Of course, I was doing a lot of fiddling. So we get that snap back on. Snap. There we go. As long as it's held this way, it'll stay on. All right. We have 2 pairs of earrings and 2 bracelets for today. Let's get everything all out of the way. Print bead. And this is what we made. Isn't it beautiful? Let's move this. Let's move these right here. And then we have that. We have all this beauty. Beautiful. Okay, let me see. Is it all in? Nope. It's not all in. Let's go this way a little bit. Bring our bracelets in. Gotta have the bracelets in view. And then I'm going to bring it in a little bit. There we go. I keep looking. I have to get up. Okay. This is everything we made today. Ta-da! Alrighty. Well, that's the end of this video, people. So until next time, happy beading!